this needs to come down a little bit. Oh, how do I do this? Oh. Okay. Hi. Just checking the mic. I'm gonna listen. I have quite the talent for describing fragrances. I don't know if you know this about me, but I do. And I have new fragrances that I want to share with you. If you've watched my other fragrance videos, if you haven't, I'll link one up above. These are some of like my newer fragrances, some fragrances that like I like to layer with certain things. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. We're gonna jump right into it, but first I just wanted to say, I just filmed this makeup look with on a live stream with my members, and we had a really good time, okay? So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I do that occasionally. If you want to support my channel, become a member. Anyway, number one, bro, we're gonna jump right into it. Glossier, okay? This is Glossier You. Wait, You Do, right? Glossier You Do. Just kidding. First of all, the coloring. Like, are you kidding me? Look at all the colors. Look at all the colors and look at how they work. Do you see them work? I had never used a Glossier perfume. I think they have one or two. I think they have a solid one and like a regular spray one. I'd never used them, but I went to a YouTube event thing, and Glossier were one of the brands that were like participating. So I got the two new fragrances. Oh, You Do. It's so beautiful. Okay, so this has become my go-to everyday perfume. I typically like, if you are new to my channel, I typically like a perfume that's a little bit more, like grounded, earthy. I like musk. I like a little bit of like, if it's gonna be sweet, it needs to be spicy. I'm not big on like heavy florals. I don't like a really, really sweet scent for the most part. And I also don't really go for things like is it Ralph Lauren or Calvin Klein? I can't remember, but like one of those like kind of like clean scents where it just ends up sort of smelling like a bubble bath, you know? Like that's just not really my vibe. I like it to be warm. I want it to feel like kind of sexy and grounded. So I have plenty of those perfumes, and you've heard me talk about them in other fragrance videos. But what I love about this so much is that it hits those notes while remaining accessible, meaning it's not offensive in any way. Sometimes I have fragrances that are more sexy that just like I wouldn't wear them on a plane. You know what I mean? I wouldn't wear them when I go to the doctor. It's just a little bit much. This has an incredibly grounded musk that feels like incredibly warm, you know? It feels warm, it feels inviting, it feels clean. It has like a ever so slightly powdery, clean scent on the top a little bit, but not overwhelmingly. No baby powder here. While it has that warmth and a little bit of that clean scent, it's not overwhelming. It's not too much. There isn't so like it's a perfect combination of clean warmth that is it's perfection for daily wear. Like I would absolutely wear this on a plane. Okay? Like this has absolutely become my go-to everyday fragrance. I love it so much. It works perfectly. And what I love about it is that it feels like it'll work for every season. It's not too, like sometimes there are certain fragrances, for instance, Chole Nomade it's very spicy. It feels very much like like fall winter fragrance to me. And wearing that in the summertime, it just doesn't really like work. This feels like it'll translate into spring and summer, which I love. If you're looking for something and you like those kinds of scents, then I think that Glossier You Do is you're gonna really like it. I also want to look, and you know what's really fun? The inside of the cap is red. I just think that that's fun, you know, because it's cream bottle. So the packaging is like very attractive. It's simple, but it's pretty. It'll look nice on your nightstand or in your bathroom or wherever you keep it. I just want to look at what the actual like notes say. Interesting. Oh wait, I'm confused. Oh, I get it. Okay, this is Glossier You Do. Deux is the fragrance name, I guess. So it says that it shares the warm musky base notes as Glossier You. So it has sweet violet, which I don't know that do I smell sweet violet? A little bit now that I'm thinking about it. Interesting. Palo Santo, which I think is the Crystal Mommy scent, which I love. I love that scent, right? Palo Santo is the stick. I love that fucking stick. Frankincense, I totally get that. It does kind of, ooh, yeah, I get that. It kind of reminds me of when I was a kid, we had a fireplace and somebody bought my parents like a frankincense and myrrh like little chest thing. I don't know, it was weird. It had a frankincense and myrrh in it, and we used to throw it into the fire, and like the whole room would smell amazing. It definitely has that. Myrrh, okay, it's got myrrh. Ambrette, comfy, warm, and sweet, and then ambrox, smooth, salty, and animalistic. Totally. I get all of that. So if any of that sounds good to you, it's delicious. It's perfection. It's perfection for daily wear if you like something a little bit more grounded and not too sweet. So You, Glossier You, is that the first perfume maybe? Because now I have Reve? I don't know, dude. I don't speak Spanish. What? I don't speak French. I don't speak Spanish or French. This one, the purple one. I also have this one. Same red insert, but it really just doesn't like work as well with this like berry color. You know what I mean? Like the cream and the red, like, are you kidding me? Anyway. Yeah, this is much more sweet. It's more berry scented. It smells more like a dessert. Almost like giving cherry pie. It still has a little bit of that sort of powdery scent, clean scent, but it's much more sweet and it has a little bit less warmth to it. I personally don't really like the sweeter scents. They end up just kind of smelling syrupy to me, and that's kind of like where this goes. But if you don't like something musky and you like something more sweet, then you might be interested in this because it still does have that like clean scent to it, that clean kind of like overtone to it. So if you are someone who likes sweet, it feels more accessible. It's not like sickly sweet, you know? It's just not like, it doesn't like jump out to me as much, but it is nice. It is nice. I'm on the Glossier website and I typed in Glossier. Like, they know who they are. Okay, let's look at these notes. Let's look at these notes. Buttercream. What? I don't really get buttercream from that. Milky Lush Vanilla. Interesting. I don't really get buttercream. Plum butter. That makes sense to me. Fruity, velvety, dark. That makes sense. Toasted almond. Nutty, comforting, and addictive. I don't really get that, the toasted almond. Maybe ever so slightly. Iris, that I kind of get a little bit. The sandalwood, a little less so. And then the ambrox and ambrette. Smooth, salty. Yeah, the ambrox and the ambrette. Interesting. Yeah, I would definitely say that it leans more sweet, but those are the notes. Buttercream. So YSL Black Opium. This was a scent that I believe I received this in a PR box from YSL, and I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do, considering that I don't really like typically the sweeter scents, because it is a little bit sweet. But the thing about it is it's got a little bit of that sweetness, a little bit of floral on the top. Ooh, but it has like a tiny bit of spice, and a little bit of citrus in there. Like there's like almost a sour element that sort of balances the sweet. It's definitely like sexier. It feels more, to me, despite being a little bit warm, like it has some warmth in there. This to me feels like a sexy, like summer evening kind of thing. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because of that floral and the citrus. Like I'm gonna feel really stupid if I look up the notes and there's no citrus in here, but I'm getting a tiny bit of that. And that's why, for me, it feels like a sexy, like, summer scent. But honestly, like, year-round, like, I feel like this would work. But yeah, this is something that I have, like, chosen a few times, which I typically, like, I don't really, Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, okay, weird. So this is Black Opium over red. It doesn't say anything about that on the bottle. That's annoying. So, the notes, so it says it's warm and spicy, which wouldn't be my first way of describing it. It obviously does have that. The key notes are cherry accord, which 100%, coffee accord, and vanilla infusion. What? Okay, I'm getting a little bit of that now that I know what the notes are. I guess the cherry is where I was getting the citrus, you know, because like cherries can sometimes be a little bit tart, because there's like a sweet tart thing happening. And I'm kind of getting the vanilla now. Like now, I'm sort of getting cherry cordial, you know what I mean? But what I like about it is that it's not too sweet. It's not too sweet. And I really appreciate that because I really just do not like a fragrance where you put it on and it just feels like sickly sweet, you know? It's still sophisticated and mature, more mature feeling, you know? It doesn't feel like, sometimes sweet fragrances just feel like they're so immature. Yeah, I do like it. I was surprised by how much I like it. This is actually one of the fragrances that I brought to England with me. I made the decision that if I was going to be buying perfumes, I'm only going to buy minis from now on because I seem to be switching them up so frequently that like my full size, I just don't go through the full size. And it's like, why am I spending so much money on a full size perfume when I'm like, I want to try something different. So this is 5 cents. I actually bought this blind on from Sephora because I read the notes, which are Atlas cedarwood, Madagascar vanilla, clove leaf, and cashmere musk and amber. Which is like, when I read that, I was like, I mean, that is literally what I love so much. I love musk. I love musk. And I think I've become more open to clove. I didn't really like clove for a long time, but I feel like Santal 33, because that's pretty heavy in clove, I feel like that really made me get into clove. This scent feels like if you combined Santal 33 with Replica by the Fireplace. Maybe a little heavier on the Santal 33, but it has that really, really nice, like smoky, kind of like mezcal feel that By the Fireplace has, you know? Oh, I love that so much. This is like a fabulous, this is actually a fragrance that I feel like is really well layered with something a little sweeter. So if you have something that's a little bit more vanilla or for instance like cherry, if you have something like that, it will it'll kind of bring that sweetness down a little bit, you know? Oh, it's delicious. I love it. It's a fabulous fall and winter perfume for sure. And it's definitely not sweet. It's more warm and spice. It definitely feels grown up. It feels serious, you know? It feels like, this feels like business meeting. This feels like a businesswoman standing at a podium giving some kind of like an important lecture, and she has fabulous hair and it's like perfectly done and she's in a perfectly tailored suit. You know what I mean? And like, she just knows what the fuck she's talking about. That's how it feels to me. Yeah. In a similar vein, autumn vibes from Maison Margiela Replica. It's so interesting because this is very similar to that fragrance, very similar to the 5 cents fragrance. Once again, a combination of Santal 33 and Replica by the Fireplace. However, it's ever so slightly less clovey. So if like you like clove, but you're not big like heavy into clove, it feels like a more balanced proportion of the clove and then the smoky mezcal kind of feel, you know, like something smoky fireplace. It's just a little bit more balanced. I would say the other one was slightly heavier on the clove. It's described as woody and earthy scent, obviously. Keynotes, red berries, which I don't really get. I don't really get any kind of like sweetness, but maybe it's like a little bit of tart. I mean, that's the one they're putting first. That's the top note, right? Yeah, I'm not really getting red berries. Cardamom, 100%. Is it cardamom? Is that what I'm getting mixed up with clove? It's that clovey kind of smell. Cedarwood and moss, yes, very much. Those are very much like the grounding scents. Grounding, earthy kind of scents. Love. Definitely 100% beautiful fall and winter fragrance, similar to the other one. These are some of my favorite layering fragrances, and we'll get to that in a second. I want to talk about that. Yeah, I do. All right. Just kidding. I was like, we'll talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about it now. Okay, we're getting into my layering fragrances. So once again, from Replica, this was actually a new purchase. Once again, bought blind, but I love... The thing about Replica is that, I mean, literally, it's in the name. The way that Maison Margiela is able to create a moment in time, like that is what a fragrance is meant to be, is recreating a moment in time. Think about when you smell a certain scent and it just takes you, it just all of a sudden you're transported to like 20 years ago at camp or something. You know what I mean? Like I just actually recently had that experience where I was on a walk with my boyfriend and I smelled something and it took me back to being like 7 years old. And I was like at camp, summer camp. And it was like early in the morning. There was dew all over the grass. You know, we're outside, we're smelling like all of the like the growing leaves and all of that. It was just like, oh, it just transported me to that place. And that's what I love so much about the Replica series of perfumes, is that they are so good at recreating those scents. So I picked up Afternoon Delight. We'll get to the notes in a second, but it has such a marshmallowy kind of scent. There's a slight warmth, a slight clean, powdery scent. But that top scent is just like this soft vanilla. It's not 100% vanilla. It feels like marshmallow, you know? Like it feels like fluffy. It doesn't come off as like a heavy vanilla, if that makes sense. It's floating. It's a marshmallow. It's a marshmallow. Oh, it's so nice. And it's less, you know, Fresh Cream from Philosophy. That was one of my, I loved that perfume. I used to layer that with Replica by the Fireplace. That was my go-to for like, just fall through winter, like those two together. This is like an elevated version of Fresh Cream, because Fresh Cream was very much that. It smelled like fresh cream and it had that like nice vanilla, right? This just feels, it smells like that, but more expensive, more sophisticated, more refined. And that's what I love about it. It's ever so slightly sweet, but not too sweet. And this scent, I think it would be so lovely layered with the other two that I was just talking about. So Autumn Vibes, and then the Burn For You by 5 Cents. And also Replica by the Fireplace, which should be in here, but I don't know, I can't find it. This was actually, I purchased this in my first Sephora purchase with the Sephora sale, because I was very interested and I had it. I like, when I saw it, I instantly added it to my cart, and obviously I bought a mini because I'm not gonna finish it probably. So layerable scent, 100%. That is something that I love. I love a layerable scent. So it says it's warm and spicy, which I agree. I would say ever so slightly less spicy. The keynotes are Madagascar vanilla, which obviously, Madeleine Accord, 100%. Like I'm absolutely getting that. Madagascar vanilla and Madeleine Accord, 100%. And then sandalwood, which makes sense. It gives it that kind of like grounded musk, which is really nice. But you really get like that subtle vanilla, sweet vanilla on the top. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love this. Like nothing makes me think more about the holidays than this kind of a scent. Like this and Replica by the Fireplace combined, that's holidays to me. Like nothing compares. Replica by the Fireplace, I don't know why it's not in my little bag. Maybe I put it away. But Replica by the Fireplace, if you haven't smelled it, is probably, if I had to pick one fragrance that is my absolute favorite, that's the one. I love it so much. I definitely talked about it in my other fragrance video, if you haven't seen that. It literally smells like you are sitting by a fireplace, or like you were by a campfire all night, you know, and then like your clothes kind of like soak up that scent of like a campfire. It's unbelievably delicious. I love it so much. That is because I grew up in a home where we had a fireplace. In the wintertime, we were pretty much always using the fireplace because there was a room that we didn't heat, so it was really cold. And that was the room that we spent our holidays in for the most part. And so it just transports me to that, being a kid sitting by the fireplace with the cat laying out and like cheese and crackers and all the like just the holiday, like sitting by the Christmas tree and all of that. Like it transports me to that place, and I love that. That's like a point of scent. That's the point of scent. Speaking of layering and sweet, Jo Malone, dude, I just recently this was also a little thing that I got at the YouTube event. Was Jo Malone was a part of it, and I got this little like pack of Jo Malone fragrances. This is Ginger Biscuit cologne, okay? This was like a little sample. Bro, it is so delicious. It smells exactly like a ginger biscuit. I love it so much. I like Jo Malone. I'm telling you, with this one, you're giving Maison Margiela a run for their money, because they really nailed the replica. Like this should be a replica, you know? Oh, because it smells exactly like a ginger biscuit, 100%. It's got that sweet, it's got that ginger, which I love. I love like a gingery kind of like spicy scent. Slightly sweet, slightly spicy, a little bit of grounding, which it needs so that, you know, it's not like too much. Perfect for layering with those other fragrances. Like these are my favorite fragrances to mix up. I actually think that you could layer this with Afternoon Delight. And then I would probably choose, just because I'm mixing a lot, I would probably choose Replica by the Fireplace because that's a little bit more like one note, whereas Autumn Vibes and Burn For You are a little bit more complex, and I wouldn't want to like mix too many scents. But these two with Replica by the Fireplace, oh my god, can you imagine? Like, I feel like that is holidays. Oh, that's December right there. So delicious. It's what I like about it is that it's sweet, and it brings you to that. It smells exactly like a ginger biscuit, but it's not sickly sweet, which obviously, like, that's the theme here. I don't like a sickly sweet fragrance, but it's such an elevated and sophisticated fragrance that I can absolutely wear this alone. It's not like a fragrance that I have to layer, but I do like instantly, like when I get those little, like those sweet fragrances, like Afternoon Delight, my mind immediately goes to like, what can I layer this with to create like my own thing? Just like my makeup, because I'm always mixing. Oh, it's so delicious. Let's look up I want to look at the actual notes. So that's Jo Malone. And I've always wanted to get into Jo Malone fragrances, to be honest with you. Because they just seem like so sophisticated. I don't know. I just want to be like a Jo Malone person. Just like I want to drink an olive martini. Oh, the full size is cute. Look at the bow. Oh, it's cute. Oh, that's fucking tempting. I'm not gonna get it though, because I have the little guy. So it says keynotes are ginger. Duh. What are we talking about here? Roasted hazelnut. Interesting. And then tonka bean. Huh. Okay. The roasted hazelnut. Ew. I wasn't gonna say ew. Ew. Interesting. It's so funny how like you can smell certain things, and then when you read the notes, it's like when you listen to something and you hear something, but then once somebody tells you like what it is, you can't unhear it. You know what I mean? I feel like I can smell the roasted hazelnut now. I feel like that's the grounding. It's very much the grounding scent, and then the tonka bean. Like those two scents kind of like bring it down so that it's not too sweet. Delicious. Love it so much. If you have any interest, if you love ginger, like I'm telling you, that's another one that I brought to England. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, next up I have Char, I think, by Henry Rose Eau de Parfum, I think. I think Char is the name. So this is an interesting one because it gives a floral scent, like a top floral scent, which is usually not my vibe. Like I like jasmine, I like gardenia, I like those kinds of like fresh scents, but I feel like I've graduated past them. Like I feel like a lot of the scents that I used to like felt a little more immature, if that makes sense. And I've been more over the years just like more attracted to sexier, more grounded scents. This to me, because it does have a spice to it, it's floral, but there's a spice, which I really like. And there's also like a grounding element. I can't tell what it is exactly, but there's like the slightest bit of sweet in there without being too sweet, obviously. But yeah, it's that floral element that like for me, this was another fragrance that I bought blind on Sephora because I just like happened to read the notes and I thought it sounded nice. And I was looking for a new fragrance. To me, this is like my version of a spring summer scent because it's not too floral, but it has the influence of florals. And it still has a little bit of that spice. It reminds me a little bit of Chole Nomade, probably because of the spice, but with the inclusion of more of a floral scent and like a tiny bit of something sweet. There's something grounding in there. But it's really nice. I think that this is 100% is going to be my go-to summer and spring scent. I believe I bought this during the summer, and that's when I started using it. Obviously, I've used like a little bit of it, but now that we've moved into winter, or at least close to, I don't know, when's the first day of winter? I want my ginger, I want my spice, I want my vanilla, like I want my cedar, I want all of those scents. If you're someone who has been looking for like a summer scent because you're typically more inclined to go for like something sweeter, more musky, that doesn't feel like it translates to spring and summer, I feel like you would really like this. So yeah, I just enjoy that. Let me look at the notes here. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so tonka bean absolute. Interesting. I feel like that's got to be the grounding. It really like there's something grounding in there, and I feel like that's what it is. Ivory Coast ginger, which is that spice with a hint of Moroccan orange flower. I definitely don't get orange, but I do get some floral in there. So that must be the floral, which is really interesting because I feel like when I smell it, it didn't tell me like what the top notes, it just says, it just is giving me these. It doesn't say. I would assume that you say the top notes first. I don't really know. I feel like I get the floral first, then the ginger, then the tonka bean, which is the opposite of how they wrote it. So anyway, love, really love. It's sold out on Sephora, or they don't have it on Sephora anymore, but you can get it on the Henry Rose website. So finally, bubble baths. So YSL Libre. This is like their classic fragrance. And it just smells like bubble baths. I mean, here's the thing. Gorgeous packaging. Like, stop. Are you kidding me? It's just not my scent. YSL has me on the PR list, so they will send me these fragrances. And I so appreciate them for that. Because this is just stunning. And even though I don't wear it ever, I keep it in my bathroom because it looks beautiful. It's really just a little piece. It's just a little sculpture. It smells like a bubble bath. It obviously smells like a very expensive bubble bath, but it's just not something I ever want to smell like. There's a little bit of sweet. It's pretty clean. It smells expensive, but it just smells like expensive bubbles to me. And I just can't get past that for some reason. Anyway, they launched another one, a new version. Big ass bottle. Gorgeous. Stunning. I just love their bottles. Look at this. Oh, with the YSL, so pretty. This is Libre. Flowers and Flames. Flowers and Flames. Let's compare. To me, it just smells like a slightly warmer, more powdery bubble bath. I think that's kind of my problem with these fragrances is that it just gives me, I know it doesn't smell like baby powder. It doesn't smell like baby powder, but it just gives me baby powder and bubbles from my childhood. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But there's something about it that just kind of turns me off for some reason. Let's compare the notes because I just want to see. So YSL Libre is like, I feel like that's like their signature scent, right? Oh my God, pop-ups. Like I don't want 15% off. Leave me alone. Bro, give me what are the notes? See, this is why I like Sephora. Sephora gets right to the point. They got the notes instantly. Notes. Lavender, orange blossom, and musk accord. Orange blossom? The musk accord I kind of get. Orange blossom? I don't get that. It must be the way that the orange blossom and the lavender, it must just be the way that they all combine. It just smells like bubbles. It just smells like a bubble bath. Now, if I were taking a bubble bath and they had this in like a bubble bath like formula, I think I would like it. It's just not a scent that I want to smell like all the time, you know? Flowers and Flames. So lavender, orange blossom, musk accord. Fire? No. Fire? Lovers? No. Flowers. Interesting. This is described as fresh florals, palm tree flower accord, lily flower accord, and orange blossom absolute. All I smell is bubble, dude. Yeah, maybe it is that floral. See, this is the thing. I just don't think I like floral scents, my guy. It's the way my nose just picks it up. Like my nose is just like, I don't like that. And I feel so bad, especially because like this one has like a little bit more of like an amber coloring. Gorgeous packaging. I wish this was a perfume that I was wearing all of the time, but I'm just like not into it. I don't know. If you are big on YSL Libre, please tell me why. What does it smell like to you? Because all I smell is bubbles and I can't get past it. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to share some of the new fragrances that I have been into and also received so that you can kind of get a sense for like how they feel. Maybe you're big on that YSL perfume and maybe the reason that I don't like it is exactly why you will like it and vice versa. So that I hope this was helpful if you've been looking for a new perfume. I will say that if you are thinking about gifts for the holidays, a perfume I think is like, it's one of the most intimate gifts that you can give somebody, I think. So you want to make sure that you're getting it right. okay? You want to make sure you're getting it right. Like, be 100% sure before you buy somebody a fragrance, unless you want to, you know, get them a little mini so that they can try something. That's always really fun. But for the most part, besides the YSL Libre, I would recommend all of them, essentially. Even the ones that are not like 100% me, like, where did it go? The other Glossier perfume. I love them. I think that there's something nice about all of them. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and comment and blah, 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 whatever. And also, let me know if you want to see more fragrance videos. Maybe, not just perfumes, like lotions and stuff. Because I'll be honest with you, I really do have a talent for describing scents. I really do. And I would love to branch out into other products. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, let me know. What is your favorite perfume? Please let me know in the comments down below if there's a perfume that I have not mentioned previously and in this video that you think I would really, really love, because now you really have a sense for what I like. Give me something spicy, okay? Give me something spicy. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.